Okay, Kia Sportage rear door won't open, or rear door not opening from the outside or the inside. Okay, so neither of these work. We will show you first how to get into here and then how to repair it. What you're going to need is another latch unit with the cables. So the problem is that the cables essentially stretch on these, and then they just don't pull enough to get the door open. Okay, this could be the same on some of the Hyundais as well, but this is a 2016 Kia Sportage, and we showed you it wouldn't open from the outside, and it also won't open from the inside. Okay, so first thing we need to do is get in here. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll just start loosening off what we can of the door card. So we're going to take this screw out of here. There's a little, you'll see a little nick in there that you can flick that out. Okay, and we are also going to pull this door seal out. Okay, so this back corner is actually the easiest place to grab it if you pull it out here. Okay, and we are just going to pull that down there. Just want to go sort of gently. If it catches, you don't want to keep pulling it because you don't want to wreck this door seal. We're just going to pull that out of the way. Right. It's just going to allow this door card to move a bit. Okay, we'll just leave it hooked at the bottom there where it's getting tight. And flick that out. And there's just a Phillips screw in there to undo. Okay, get rid of that guy. Okay, now we've got our plastic trim card tool, and we're just going to flick the top of this door card out and just pull it this way. So if we just come basically straight out, you can actually do it with your hand there, there's enough room to get in. Okay, and we just want to get that out far enough that we can get in the back here to get hold of the cable. And where the two cables hook into the back of the handle here, we can just flick. There's like a, if we pull the back of the cable out towards the outside of the door, then we should be able to flick the cable unit out. Okay, pull this out so we can show you. I know the camera's going everywhere. Okay, so on here there's this little tab here, so if we can push that and then pull that end out towards the outside of the door and then slide that out, it'll give you access to these cables. Okay, and what we're going to do is just pull them out of there. That's our lock one. Okay, I got it now just by just by pulling this back and forward as I was pushing pressure on the door. Okay, so that will now allow our door to open. I'll just free this door card up again. So the door card to go with the door. Cool. And then we'll just unplug our window switch down here, and that will free up the door card. So there is a series of 10mm bolts around here. Okay, what we're going to do first is just line up our window. So you can see there's a bolt here for our window, so we'll just bring our window up a bit so that we can unbolt that. What's going to happen is the window motor and mechanism is all going to come out with this piece, and the window itself will obviously stay there. Okay, so I've taken that bolt out of there now. To move the window to line it up, you're actually going to have to plug the switch back in. It won't work from the master switch with this window unplugged. Okay, so that one's undone. I've undone basically all the 10mm bolts that you can see around the edge of here. That one I've just left there for now. And then around here there's a little bung goes in there. So flip that out, and there's a 10mm bolt in there as well, which will allow us to pull this end of the outer door handle out. Cool, so that is that end flipped out, and we should be able to pull that back and out. Okay, so that releases the outer door handle. Okay, and then we're going to undo this 8mm here. Cool, so that is that released, and then just flip those little tabs there so it pulls out. It's just going to let all of this move around in there, just because there's a bit of working around to get this thing to come out. Once we release it, which there's a series of hooks on the back of here, so basically we just need to lift it around, so it just lifts the hooks out. Okay. Right, so we need to pull the window up so that it will release. Okay, so you've got to pull the window up so that it releases out of that slot there. That's what we're missing. Okay, and then these two cables, just push the rubber boots through. And you can see in here all of this stuff needs to sort of work around each other, so we're just going to pin our window up so it stays up, so that we can work these around each other to get them out. Okay, so pin the window up. I just use little wedges of wood. It's the easiest way to do that. And then just release this piece of wiring, clips 1, 2 and 3, and that just gives it a bit of slack to come out on that wiring, and then work this window slide around that piece so it'll come out, and then you can actually pull that out of the back of the this card here. Okay, that's about all we need to release there, and now we're going to undo our 3 Torx bolts here. Okay, T30 for those 3 there. We're going to undo those to release this unit. Cool, so then we've just pushed those cables right back through that hole. Once we get that out, we can release this plug. All okay, right off off there. Drop that right out of the way, and here's our unit. Okay, and then we've got that other second-hand unit to replace it with. But yeah, we had to get a second-hand one because a brand new one wasn't available in our country for months. So, and they want this done, so we had to just go second-hand, unfortunately. Yep. So what you can see here is last time it was in, well, we had this on order, we just made a modification here to try and shorten the cable, to pull the cable a bit tighter, but yeah, it lasted for a little while and then just failed again. So yeah, really best just to replace the unit with the cables. Okay, so to change these over, if you just push those tabs in on each one, push them in, that will release them. So those are changed over now. Now we're going to bolt that back in, and you can see here this is our outer door handle unit that we released there. I don't know why that hasn't been supplied on the second hand one, but anyway, cable's all hooked and clipped into where it should be. So we'll bolt that up and plug it in, and then we will work this outer door card in first before we bolt this back up. So just the outer door handle part before we bolt that in, just so it's free to move as those other bits work around it. Okay, so we've got our unit plugged back in, got the electrical plug in, we have got our two cables coming through. Okay, the one for the lock, which is the one that will just click back and forward, that goes on top. Okay, and then the door handle one at the bottom. Okay, and we have worked this yellow window slide in behind. Okay, and then just started the bolt in there just to hold it in place while we get it all slotted back in. So that's partly why the window will need to be held all the way up so that it clears that slide as well for this to come out. Okay, so with that all sitting in there, we can actually hook this back into place now. So you can see on the back of here, see these hooks? Hard to get it to focus, but that's a little hook like that, and they hook into these little holes. So that's why you've got to wriggle it around a bit to try and get it to release when you're taking it off. Just set that up until those. Okay, and we'll come back and bolt that up soon. But then we will come around here, and there's little hooks on the back of here. They need to hook over the metal there. Okay, this one will need to come up. And then you've got your little hooks there. There's meant to be two of them, but this one's been broken off in the past. Those hooks in, hook, okay, and then we can put our 8mm bolt back in there. Okay, and then we can slide our outer door handle. Okay, so you're going to go front end in first, and then just want to make sure this hook at the back clears, so the whole handle's going to be sitting back like that. It should be able, sorry, we've got another pad there to put on. I'll put this pad on here too before we put the handle in. That just sort of clips in there. front end first and then the back, and then we should be able to just slide it forward. Okay, and with that slid forward, we can then clip this guy in here. We just need to pull the handle out, just because there's a little flat tab on there, needs to go under that handle, and that will go in, and then we can do up our bolt in here. So this bolt is held captive in here, so it won't fall out on you when you're undoing it. You've just got to wriggle that piece around and get it to line up. So you can feel when the thread is started. Cool. So that is that one. We can push our rubber bung in here now, and should be able to just re-clip our wiring. Okay, so we can clip our wiring all back in there. Okay, and then we're going to redo all of these bolts. So we're we've got two there for our window slide as well as that one, and then all of our bolts around this inner door card. Okay, so we have done up all those 10mm bolts now right around, and these extras for the window slide. Okay, and then as you pull the window slide into place, you can then slide the window down, and you can slide it down into that slot. You'll see the thread line up, and you can bolt that up. Okay, and then with our cables, we need to just slot these back in. So basically same way you took them out. Do the lug first, put it in on an angle like that, and then clip your cable in. Remember the lock on top, handle on bottom. Okay, so both of those on there, and that is ready now to clip into our door card. Oh, I haven't done up that bolt. Do that one up. Yep, and then this is going to slot into the back of the door handle and then clip in, plug that in, and then we can just line up our clips as we push the door card into place. Okay, so remember also you've got your little rubber bung to cover where the window bolt goes. Okay, so we can see these slots here where this is going to slot into, and then just clip in like that, nice and easy. And then each one of these clips, just going to make sure they're lined up with their holes, and then get them all whacked in. So if you come around the side, you should be able to see the clip in the hole. Just make sure you get them lined up. So just hook that top edge over, and then just give them a bit of a bang all around, get all those clips locked in. Okay, and then we're just going to put our screw back in here, and we're going to put our door seal back on. And then I'll show you how to test this without closing the door, just so you can be sure it's going to work before you close the door. You're just going to grab a screwdriver, flip it through the latch, so push the latch in with it, and you'll see it hook over like this. And then when I pull this inner door handle, lock it first, you'll see that move. Don't know if you can see with the light there. Try to push it in and release, and then you can do the same with the outer door handle. Right, and then you know it's going to work. Cool. So Kia Sportage with a rear door that won't open from the inside or outside. That is how to both get into it and repair it. Okay, I hope that has helped you out today. Don't forget to click the like button and also click the subscribe while you're there. We've got a bunch of diagnostic solutions and tips and tricks for professional mechanics like ourselves, and also for the serious DIYs at home. So click that subscribe and the bell so you get notified, and we will see you in the next video.